present I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us this week on a visit to Coventry, where there's exciting news taking over the title City of Culture in 2021, and that'll make Coventry officially nearly as good as Hull. When manufacturing took off here, Coventry became known as the capital city of torch batteries, with many types such as AAs and PP3s in alkaline and lithium being exported around the world, and the only one that didn't sell everywhere was the PP9, which is German for toilet out of order. The chef, Hugh Fernley-Whittingstall, whose first TV series was Cook on the Wild Side, began his experimental cooking in the countryside around here, foraging for food in fields and hedgerows, eating roadkill and anything he could find. But his children finally objected when he put ginger in a curry. They loved that cat. The Actors Union Equity have a retirement home for elderly performers at Kenilworth. Considered one of the best of its kind, they recently approached our own Tim Brooke-Taylor to see if he would be interested in taking a room there. But sitting all day, every day, staring out of a window with bits of his breakfast splattered down his front, devoid of activity and dreaming of a fleeting career that few could recall, could he really give all that up? Let's meet the teams. Please welcome, on my left, Miles Jupp and Rachel Paris. On my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Harry Hill. And taking his place at the desk next to me to enjoy an evening of scoring, please welcome the ever-rippling Sven. Well, we start this week with a round that's all about musical groups. Choosing a good name for your band can be the difference between success and failure. And with this in mind, teams, I'd like you please to suggest names of bands almost certainly doomed to fail. Tim, you can start.
The Grateful Deaf.
Rachel.
One Dissection.
Miles.
ZZ Bottom.
Harry.
Chaka Kant. Cosby, Pills and Rash.
Destiny's Piles.
Nob Dylan. The Whom. Ross.
Sting and the Community Support Police Officers.
The Small Feces.
Speaking of, Stink Floyd.
Public Enema.
Wet, wet, wet. Wet, 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 wet. Wet, 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 wet. Repetition.
Well, time now for a musical round as I ask the teams to sing one song to the tune of another. Coventry is, of course, the home of ska music, and one of British ska's biggest stars was Birmingham-born Ranking Roger, who shot to fame in the 1980s when Jonathan Ross tried to pronounce his name. At the piano, we have Colin Sell, and Colin would like you to know he doesn't just provide piano accompaniment. In the 1980s, he was the man behind Teardrop Explodes, his ill-advised foray into the contact lens solution business. Okay, well, we'll start with you, Harry. I'd like you to sing the words of Single Ladies by Beyoncé to the tune of They'll Always Be in England.
All right, now everybody, put your hands together. Do we have any single ladies in the house tonight? All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Now put your hands up in the club. Just broke up, I'm doing my little thing. You decided to dip, but now you're on the trip. Cause another brother notice me, I'm up on him. He up on me, don't pay him any attention. I cried my tears for 3 good years. You can't be mad at me. Cause if you liked it, then you should have put a ring on it. It's actually one of the few songs about how to keep pigeons.
Thank you, Harry. Well, it's your turn now, Tim. I'd like you to sing the words of Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood to the tune of Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Relax, don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax, don't do it when you want to calm. Relax, don't do it when you want to suck it. Relax, don't do it when you want to calm, but shoot it in the right direction, making it your intention. Oh, yeah, live those dreams. Live a dream.
It's your turn now, Miles, and I'd like you to sing the words of Creep by Radiohead to the tune of New York, New York.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel, your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world, and I wish I was special. You're so very special, but I'm a creep, a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Don't care if it hurts. I want to have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I am not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special. I wish I was so very special. I wish I was special.
Thank you, Miles. Well, finally, your turn, Rachel, and I'd like you to sing the words of It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls to the tune of I Vow to Thee, My Country.
Humidity's rising, the barometer's getting low. According to all more sauces, the stretch the place to go. 'Cause tonight, for the first time, just about 10:30, for the first time in history, it's gonna start raining. It's raining men, hallelujah. It's raining men, amen. Gonna go out, gonna let myself get absolutely soaking wet.
Thank you, Rachel Paris there, making her debut on the show with that wonderful rendition and having to sing to Colin Sells. Not easy. The next round is all about making connections between words, and it's called Word for Word. Okay, so I'd like you to start exchanging totally unconnected words. Tim and Harry and Miles and Rachel, your job is to try to spot a connection and so on. So off you go, please. Tim and Harry.
Camel,
Stave.
kangaroo,
Keg.
Miles, kangaroo, keg.
They both start with a K. If that's not a connection, I'd like to know what the hell is.
It's hard to argue with that, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Fair enough.
So I like a bit of fun.
Well, we should have some later on, I imagine. So over to Miles and Rachel now.
Plinth.
Cucumber.
Harry Hill is coming with...
Standard way of displaying a cucumber is on a flip. In a high class grocers.
Yeah. Is that how you mount your cucumbers?
That is a connection, it's true. So it's back to... Harry and I shop in the same place, so we know. So over to Harry and Tim.
Dremel.
constipation,
Flick.
elephant, elephant. What?
Rachel, you've spotted a connection between flick and elephant.
Yes, an elephant's trunk's main function is to flick things. Secondary function.
It's a secondary function of
Still a function,
of the
though.
tail that uses the tail to flick things. The
Both,
trunk
I
is
would
very
argue.
firmly for
I think you're panicking now,
grabbing
Harry.
buns. For eating buns.
Buns. And they flick water, don't they?
Yeah.
And
They spray water. They don't flick water.
Yeah. Harry's right.
She's pedantic, is she?
I think that Rachel's right. She spotted a connection there. So yes, it's over to Rachel and Miles.
Thank you. Scarf.
Federalism.
Autumn.
Guitar.
Tim, autumn guitar.
I always get Qatar in the autumn.
All right. Well, it's a connection for you. So back to Tim and Harry.
Marsupial,
Colonel.
buttock,
Miles.
The chap who ran the officer training corps at my school was called Colonel Buttock.
That explains a lot.
His butt was worse than his bite. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was Colonel Kernal.
Oh yeah, he was allergic to nuts.
No, if Colonel Buttock is part of your horrendous memory of boarding school, Miles, we won't go any further into that, and I'll let Harry and Tim continue for a bit longer.
Gypsum.
Jungle,
Demon.
mariner,
Pew.
umbrella,
Rachel, Mariner Pugh.
There are many songs in church about those lost at sea.
Yeah.
It was Pew. P-U-G-A.
I'm going to allow that. I think back to Rachel and Miles.
Plank.
Shaft.
Fillet.
Okay.
Tim, are you sure you want to?
Harry made me do it.
Shaft and fillet. Yes, go on then. Go on, Tim.
Well,
Gong has come, which means it's sadly the end of the game. And we'll probably never know whether Tim was right to intervene there or not. Okay, the next round is all about unreported historical events. In this round, teams, I shall spin the wheel of history, and every time it alights on a date, I'd like you to provide me with a previously unreported historical event. Okay, so let's give the wheel its first spin. Right, that's AD 731. Tim.
731, that was when the first clap clinic was established by the early historian, the venereal bede. Apparently.
All right, let's spin the wheel again. This one's for you, Rachel, and it's going to land on 1946.
1946, of course, was when Gandhi, after many years of struggle, finally achieved freedom for cloakroom attendants and was honoured with the title Mahatma Coat.
Very nicely done, thank you very much. Let's go for another one. This one's for Miles. Where's it going to land? And it's 1017.
1017, that was the year that King Canute tried to turn back the waves to distract attention from the invention of anagrams.
Okay, let's have another one. This time, for a special treat, I'm going to let Colin spin the wheel. Come on, Colin. Put all your strength into it. Never mind. Okay, so... Harry, it's 1944.
Well, it's very well known that in 1944, Klaus von Stauffenberg led an attempt on Hitler's life. But what is less well known is that the day before that he attempted that, he tried to push him into some nettles. He didn't like that. So they were making an effort.
Very good. Okay, here is something for just any of you to have a go at, and... 1969.
1969, well, of course, throughout the 60s, in each different year, different items of cutlery were, of course, being loaned, mind, not given, loaned. And 1969, famously, was the year of the spoon lendings.
Very good, let's have another one. Go on, Colin, have another go. Come on, don't be shy. Come on, give it all you've got this time. 1963.
Yes, Dallas, Texas, Dealey Plaza, overlooking Dealey Plaza, the book depository, and in that book depository was Lee Harvey Oswald depositing a book.
And there's a final one. Colin, have another go. Come on, one more go. Come on, just go on. See, when you get angry, you can do things, can't you? And it's landing on 1991.
Well, the 90s, a tumultuous decade. Most famous, I think, for each different year of the 90s, various different shellfish or crustaceans were sort of popping up all over different territories within Eurasia. And 1991 was the scallops of the Soviet Union.
Well, the next game, Bogglebox, is based on the popular Channel 4 favourite, in which television programmes are minutely dissected by a panel of hypercritical viewers. You may not be aware, but something very similar was actually tried on the radio. Here's an extract from the unsuccessful pilot.
Hello, in today's Tonight Time I'll be discussing...
Okay, teams, I'd like you to take turns sitting on my imaginary sofa watching television. However, the opposing team is unable to see what show you're watching. Their challenge is to guess the identity of the TV show from your comments alone. And we'll start with you, Miles and Rachel. Your programme's title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. For listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
The Bodyguard. The Bodyguard.
Right, so Miles and Rachel, start watching your TV show, please.
He's lovely, isn't he? Always very smartly turned out.
Doesn't have much to say for himself, though.
No, well, just as well, I can't understand a word he's saying. Still, he's a nice boy.
Well, he's a very nice boy, isn't he? Driving around everywhere with his mum.
And so attentive to her. It's mum this and mum that.
She's aged very well, his mum.
Well, with a son like that looking after you, I'm not surprised she's well preserved.
Mind you, he's no angel.
No, he's not. Remember early on that train, you got the foreign woman to take her clothes off? Just as well she was wearing a heavy-duty corset.
Hello, what's going on now?
Oh, he's giving his mum a nice cuddle.
Oh, he's going in for more than a cuddle, I'd say.
Oh, heavens. Are you sure that's his mum?
If it is, she is going to be furious with him. You watch, I bet she explodes.
It's not Michael Portillo's Great Train Journeys, is it?
I think it is, yeah.
24 hours in police custody. Is it?
Oh, he's very protective of her, isn't he? I suppose that's his job.
Bodyguard. The bodyguard.
Yes, bodyguard. Okay, so it's your turn to be the TV viewers now, Tim and Harry, and your programme's title will now be displayed to the audience via the laser display board, while here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
The Goodies. The Goodies.
Can you start watching the TV now, please, Tim and Harry?
Yes.
Oh, God, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this kids' programme.
It's not a kids' program.
Yeah, it was for kids. Only kids would find this funny. Is this the History Channel? What were we...
For some appalling reason, it's never been repeated, you know.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. When was this made?
70s, those were the days.
Yeah, there was only 3 channels, weren't there? 2 if you lived in Kent. Look at them. Look at them, the 3 of them. Only a matter of time, surely, before Operation U-Tree catches up.
Look at that adorable kitten.
That's a big one.
Oh dear.
Oh. I didn't think it was possible to ride a bicycle like that.
It wasn't.
I'm sure I've seen the small one with the hair looking at something through binoculars.
A bearded tit?
Yes, that's him. Come on. Which one's your favourite, Tim?
Oh, I like the one on the front.
Oh, or the idiot in the UKIP waistcoat.
You know they nicked that font off Harry Hill.
Oh, they're not going to sing, are they? Turn it off.
Okay. Turned it off.
We both think it's the Goodies.
Well, it is very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to fit in a quick round of British action films. Former army officer Sven tells us he's seen action in many theatres. As a helicopter pilot in the Air Corps, he was renowned for his devotion to even the lowliest of privates. Once after noticing a man down, he skillfully guided his chopper in fast and low, only very reluctantly accepting the order to pull out. So in this round, teams, I'd like you please to suggest the titles of action films that have been made specifically for the British market. Miles, you could start.
Big Trouble in Little Chef.
Tim?
The Girl with the Fag and Tattoo.
Rachel?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Attenborough.
Harry?
Robo Lollipop Lady.
Full Metal Jacket Potato in the John Lewis Cafe.
Mardy Max.
Morris Dances with Wolves.
Gunfight at the OK, whatever.
Jolly Good Fellas.
The Fast and the Fairly Ticked Off, actually.
Das Car Boot Sale.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Leather.
The Dear Oh Dear Hunter.
Lenin Slacks.
Annie, get your coat, we're leaving.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the tanked-up text message of time is drunkenly sent to the previous partner of posterity and later cited in the divisive divorce case of destiny, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the teams, Sven and myself and our audience here in Coventry, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Tim Brooke Taylor, Miles Jump, Rachel Paris and Harry Hill were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Ian Pattinson and Fraser Steele, and the producer was John Naismith.
Welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, and we are coming to you from the BBC Radio Theatre here in the glittering heart of London's bogus University District. Today we find ourselves in an empty theatre. Nothing to do with COVID regulations, just an unfortunate administrative error. The box office inadvertently put An Evening with Martin Bashir on the ticket applications. This series will be visiting each nation and region of the UK through the magic of the internet. And as Scotland is busy trying to discover if it's technically possible to deep fry quinoa, tonight our virtual audience all come from the north of England. For administrative purposes, we have defined the north as being the area of the UK where chocolate fountains end and gravy fountains begin. The city of Manchester is considered to be the capital of the north, although in the interest of fairness, we'd like to point out that other potential northern capital cities are available, except for listeners in Middlesbrough. Manchester's famous Curry Mile isn't actually a mile, it's just over half a mile. Although from personal experience I can say when you're struggling back to your hotel after a large vindaloo, it can certainly feel like a mile. Not for nothing that it's called Rusholme. In 1948, Leeds entertainer Harry Corbett came up with the popular children's puppet Sooty and Sweep. After 73 years in show business, the puppets have retired. Sooty went on to become the top display in the National Museum of Childhood, while Sweep went on to the top of a 3-wood in a golf bag. Sheffield is the country's largest manufacturer of cutlery and is the only place... It's a shame you don't know how to use it, isn't it? The country's largest manufacturer of cutlery and is the only place in the north of England to have acquired the nickname Steel City, apart from Liverpool. Such is Liverpool's cultural makeup today that over 51% of people speak a language other than English. It's called Scouse. Newcastle's Central Station was the first covered train station in the world. When opened by Queen Victoria in 1850, Her Majesty famously proclaimed, "Look, you've got a roof, you can stop wearing coats now." The first ever Greg's Bakery opened in Gosforth in 1951. Every year, dozens of Greg's aficionados make a pilgrimage to this branch. It would be more, but the bakery is slightly uphill. The George Hotel in Hull, which dates back to 1683, claims to have one of the smallest windows in the world. The world's actual smallest window dates back to March 2020 and can be found in Boris Johnson's diary under the title Deal with COVID. Residents of Sunderland are known as Mackhams because of the city's association with shipbuilding. Coincidentally, managers of beleaguered Sunderland AFC are known by fans as Sackhams. And this season, matters came to a head for Sunderland AFC after a third successive defeat at Blackpool when someone threw a coin at the club's owner. Happily, it wasn't crowd trouble, just a takeover bid. And talking of week in, week out displays of utter mediocrity, let's meet the teams. On my right, Fred Macaulay and Rachel Paris. And on my left, Lee Mack and Andy Hamilton. And taking her place at the desk next to me to enjoy an evening of scoring, please welcome the ever delightful Samantha. We start this week with a round inspired by musicals. In this round, I'll ask the teams to suggest musicals that have been ruined by the simple change of a single letter. Fred, you can start.
The Book of Moron.
Rachel.
Gary Poppins.
Andy.
Peddler on the Roof.
Is that the one with the song Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head?
Lee?
Rats.
Red Knobs and Broomsticks.
Beauty and the Yeast.
Annie, Get Your Canoe.
Bats.
Jesus Christ Superstore.
Hats.
Aspects of Gove.
Sean Connery's favourite, A Little Shite Music.
I've got a bit more highbrow. Got an opera. Tosser.
Chitty Chitty Gangbang.
Seven brides for seven brothels.
OK, well, it's now the time when I ask our teams to sing one song to the tune of another. At the piano, Colin Sell. Incidentally, Colin tells us it was Johnny Cash that helped him buy his first piano. He says back in the 1970s, those condom machines were a license to print money. We'll start with you, Fred Macaulay, and I'd like you to sing the words of Psycho Killer by Talking Heads to the tune of Climb Every Mountain from The Sound of Music.
I can't seem to face up to the facts. I am tense and nervous, and I can't relax. I can't sleep 'cause my bed's on fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real live wire. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fa 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 better. Run, 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 run away. Psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?
now, Lee, and I'd like you to sing the words of Roberta Flack's The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face to the tune of the William Tell Overture.
First time ever I saw... Sorry, I'm new on this show. Is that how you do it? I thought he was just there to distract me.
Have another go at it, Lee. Have another go.
Right, here we go. Here we go. The first time I ever saw your face, I thought the sun rose in your eyes, and the moon and the stars were the gifts you gave to the dark and the endless skies. I love to the dark and the endless skies. The first time I ever kissed your mouth, I felt the earth move in my hand, the trembling heart of a captive bird. That was there at my command, my love. That was there at my command, my love. And the first time I ever lay with you, felt your heart so close to mine.
There we are. That was Lee Mack, his first ever singing on I'm Sorry, I Haven't a Clue. And the audiences in the north of England, obviously having a downpour of rain while that was going on. Andy Hamilton now, I'd like you to sing the words of Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood to the tune of Vera Lynn's wartime classic, We'll Meet Again.
Relax, don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax, don't do it when you want to come. Relax, don't do it when you want to suck it, chew it. Relax, don't do it when you want to come. But shoot it in the right direction, making it your intention. Live those dreams in those schemes, got to hit me with those laser beams. Relax, don't do it when you want to go to it. Relax, don't do it when you want to come.
Finally, Rachel Paris, I'd like you to sing the words of My Old Man's a Dustman to the tune of Jennifer Rush's The Power of Love.
Now here's a little story. To tell it is a must, about an unsung hero that moves away your dust. Some people make a fortune and others earn a mint. But my old man, he don't earn much. In fact, he's flipping skint. Oh, my old man's a dustman. He wears a dustman's hat. He wears cold blimey trousers, and he lives in a council flat. He looks a proper nana in his great big hobnail boots. He's got such a job to pull them up that he calls them Daisy Roots.
Thank you very much. That was Rachel Paris there, and before that, 3 useless idiots. Well, the next round, word for word, is all about words and their meanings. Take the word northerner, for example, which is regarded as a pejorative term by some in the south of England based on a simple prejudice about the way those in the north are perceived to speak. This is clearly nonsense. It's the way they dress. In this round, each team takes it in turn to exchange a series of random words. The job of the opposing team is to challenge if they detect a connection between any of the words. Okay, so I'd like you to start exchanging completely unconnected words, Fred and Rachel. Lee and Andy, your job is to challenge if you spot a connection, and if I uphold the challenge, I'll ask you to take over, and so on. And as we're up north, the game ends when you hear this familiar sound. Just a reminder, if you are listening up north, that is not really the factory whistle, it's just your wireless set, so no need to get father's tea on. Okay. Off you go, Fred and Rachel.
Whip it.
Crank.
Purify.
Dense.
Reputation.
Andy came in with a challenge there.
Yeah, because Fred has a reputation for denseness, doesn't he? So, is that not right, Lee?
Not only that, it didn't help your cause that you said it with a question mark at the end.
Yeah, and a long...
You weren't sure it was even a word.
Yeah.
I'll have to allow that challenge. I think you're right. I think Andy and Lee, it's over to you.
Aubergine.
Big.
Byzantine.
Fred came in with a challenge there.
Yeah, I've got a reputation for being dense.
And that is your challenge.
Yeah, pretty good one, I would have thought.
That is correct.
No one's disputing it. So it is back to Fred and Rachel.
Flimsy.
Scenic.
Malice.
Distillery.
Andy.
I think there is a distillery in Ireland in a town called Malice, I think. I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
I don't think it's a distillery, I think it makes jam. That was one of those ones that was cleverer than it was funny, but I'll have it. It's Radio 4.
It was a quip, but it doesn't win you the challenge. I'm afraid it doesn't work. There's no place called Malice.
Have you checked that?
Yes. Well, I don't need to because I know.
You know every place in Ireland, Jack.
I do, actually, yeah.
That's what you're saying.
I do. Yeah, I do. So it's back to Fred and Rachel.
Absurd.
Strip light.
Small.
Wheeze.
Andy has come in with a challenge on...
Yeah, I did a couple of small wheeze just before I came on. So there is a connection there. I think it's a nervous thing. Or if someone stands next to me at the urinal, I can't, so...
Fred.
I've done 2 since we started recording.
I won't get the chair disinfected, but fair enough. So it's over to Lee and Andy. Just when it was getting fun, the round has come to an end. This next round celebrates cliches and idioms, which are, of course, phrases that betray a lack of original thought. My grandmother, a nurse, was a great one for a cliche. One of her favourites was "a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down." A very caring woman, but she didn't last long on the diabetic ward. In this round, I'd like the teams to suggest some common English cliches and their meanings. You can start this one, Lee.
She told me to button it. All I said was, have a look at this.
He spoke very highly of you. Joe Pasquale mentioned your name.
Rachel.
I was forced to go cap in hand. I don't understand how contraception works.
Fred.
He can do it in his sleep. His pharmacist has combined night nurse and Viagra.
He's a dyed-in-the-wool Yorkshireman. He's got miserable bastards sprayed onto his cardigan.
Butter won't melt in his mouth. He's dead.
For him, charity always comes first. Charity's husband is a real gent.
He lives within spitting distance. My house is next door to Piers Morgan's.
She was drop-dead gorgeous. I'm a necrophiliac.
I think I'll take 40 winks. Is this the sperm bank for dyslexics?
It's not rocket science. We actually call it salad geometry.
I asked for a show of hands. I wanted to watch Sooty and Sweep.
I watched her beaver away up a ladder. Sharon Stone's been decorating my house.
She could count them on the fingers of one hand. The woman from Norfolk had 6 children.
Well, the next round is a musical one. A musical accompaniment will be provided by Colin Sell. Incidentally, Colin tells us he's been on the road with Rag and Bone Man. He had a very good day yesterday. They got an old bath and a hot water tank. And that cardigan. You didn't win those medals, did you, Colin? In this game, panelists from each team will take it in turn to sing the opening line to a series of well-known songs. It's the job of their teammate to answer each opening line in a manner likely to end the song altogether. OK, you can go first. Andy and Lee, can we have your medley of first lines now, please?
Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye.
Goodbye. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips. And there's no tenderness like before in your fingertips.
Oh, hang on, I'm in the wrong house. I also felt that my necrophiliac punchline earlier could have got in there as well.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near?
Me wig's full of maggots. There's a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun.
But it's the Weatherspoons now. Unforgettable.
I definitely had something for this.
The first time ever I saw your face.
Right, your turn now, Fred and Rachel. Can we have your first line medley now, please?
It's been 7 hours and 15 days.
Yeah, how long does this lateral flow test take? Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough.
You always moan like this when we go to the Lake District. I love him, I love him, I love him, and where he goes I'll follow, I'll follow, I'll follow.
So the restraining order's cancelled then, is it?
Come bring me your softness.
Look, please don't call it that. War! Yeah, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. War! Yeah!
This is Kate Adie, BBC News.
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show. There is just time to fit in a quick round of Northern Film Club. Samantha tells us she's been helping a gentleman friend who drives the steam train at the Railway Museum in York. She said the initial half hour spent coupling and uncoupling in the carriage yard was hot and sticky in their boiler suits, but after 3 pulls on his whistle, they were off. In this round, teams, I'd like you to suggest films likely to prove popular with listeners in the north of England. You can start this one, please, Andy.
Reservoir Clogs.
Rachel.
Rain Man.
Fred.
Down Pit and Pendulum.
Lee.
Mary popping out for a bit.
I, Claudius.
I don't know the Bourne identity.
The story of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Te-ora, te-ora, te-ora.
Oh, Chuckle Brother, where art thou?
50 Shades of Gravy.
Little Scouse on the Prairie.
12 Angry Bastards.
Misery. You call that misery?
Beetlejuice.
A right mare on Elm Street.
Anything starring Bradford Pitt.
Murder on Transpennine Express.
Hats.
Bring me the head of Alfredo Epplethwaite.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the turquoise tank top of time is graciously gifted to the grandson of ingratitude before being snapped up from the Sue Ryder shelf of serendipity by the hipster of humanity, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the teams, Samantha, myself, and our virtual audience from the north of England, it's goodbye. Goodbye!
Andrew Hamilton, Rachel Paris, Fred McCauley and Lee Mack were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick, and the producer was John Naismith.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today on a second visit to Swindon, the undisputed jewel in the crown of the M4 corridor. Swindon has long been associated with the production of musical equipment for junior schools. During the Blitz, when Atkinson's violin and recorder factory was flattened by a German bomb, the townsfolk raised an amazing £50,000 to reward the Luftwaffe. Herbert Rossiter, a chicken farmer from nearby Westbury, became notorious in the 1950s after he abandoned his chicken business and tried farming owls for their meat instead. All appeared to be going well until he tried to kill his first bird. After wringing the owl's neck, he was disappointed to see its head spin back to its original position. Salisbury-born Arthur Dashwood was the flamboyant Major General who led the Bengal Lancers in Kashmir, but was told he had to wear a proper uniform next time. Swindon's big screen showed this year's royal wedding live onto Wharf Green, and of course many watched the event on pub televisions as the licence was free that day, although the residents of Penhill and Park North failed to appreciate exactly what a TV licence is. Let's meet the teams. They are, on my left, Barry Cry and Rory Bremner. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Pam Ayres. And taking her place on the scoring desk next to me, please welcome the ever-wonderful Samantha. Well, we start this week with some new additions to the Uxbridge English Dictionary. good dictionary is essential for learning the correct use of similar terms. For example, many people don't understand the subtle difference in meaning between the words straw and hay. Well, straw is defined as dried stalks of grain used as animal fodder or as material for thatching, packing and weaving. But hay, who gives a toss? Anyway, the meanings of words are constantly changing, teams, so your suggestions, please, of any new definitions you may have spotted recently. Pam, you can start.
Forbidding an auction room.
Barry.
Senile. Holiday in Egypt.
Rory.
Pergola. Someone who steals garden trellis.
Cubic. Bring on the biro.
Brexit. I'm sorry, I can't find an agreed meaning for this word.
Bigamy. Generous gesture on my part.
Elbow. A Spanish archer.
Airs on a G-string. Pam in Love Island.
Brexiteer. Selective deafness.
Plankton. A large quantity of wood.
Litany. I've set my leg alight.
Typo. A chamber pot made in Bangkok.
Feckless. Irish virgin.
GP. Bit like a jeep.
Cardiologist. A specialist in jumpers.
Flinch. An oriental songbird.
Fecund. 16th century runner-up.
Okay, the teams are going to sing along to some well-known songs now in the round called Pick-Up Song. Now, these days, rare vinyl commands a fortune at auction. The holy grail for collectors is Jay-Z's Ode to the Seaside. I got 99 problems, but the beach ain't one. Samantha will spin the discs. Each of you will sing along to your records, teams, until Samantha turns the volume down. If on its return you're within a gnat's crotchet of the original, I'll be awarding points. And points mean a frankly humiliating display of mass imbecility. What do points mean? And this week's prize is the least appetizing main course ever served in a gastropub. It's these Armitage lamb shanks. Okay. Barry, you're to start, and I'd like you to accompany Elvis Presley singing Blue Suede Shoes.
Well, it's one for the money, two for the show. Three to get ready now, go cat go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but say off for my blue suede shoes. Well, you can knock me down, step in my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do. But, honey, lay off of them shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoes. We can do anything but say suede shoes. Let's go! Nearly.
Nearly. That's all right, Barry. It's okay. Okay, you're... That's been nice, all right? You're next, Pam, and I'd like you to accompany Julie Andrews singing Wouldn't It Be Lovely?
All I want is a room somewhere
Far away from the cold night air, with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolate for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of heat. Warm face, warm hands, warm feet. Oh, wouldn't
Oh, so lovely, see that's
Thank you, Pam Ayres, and thank you to the audience in Swindon who decided to start playing catch with a box of Maltesers. Okay, Tim, can you please accompany Oasis, who took their name from a Swindon leisure centre, by the way. And finally, you now, Rory, would you accompany Tom Lehrer singing the Elements song?
Best of luck.
There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, and nitrogen, and nitrogen, and rhenium, and nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium, europium, zirconium, lutetium, vanadium, and lanthanum, and osmium, and radium, and gold, titanium, and indium, and gallium, and iodine, and thorium, thulium, and thallium. There's yttrium and ytterbium, actinium, iridium, and boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium. There's strontium and silicon and silver and samarium and bismuth, bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and Mars, phosphorus and francium, fluorine and terbium and manganese and mercury, molybdenum and magnesium, dysprosium and scandium and cerium and cesium and lead, praseodymium and platinum, plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium, polonium and tantalum, tectetium, titanium, tellurium and cadmium and calcium and chromium and curium.
Jack, I wanted to do that.
The thing is, Rory, if you're not going to commit... Well, the team's going to do a spot of acting for us now in the round called Sound Charades. This is a variation on the old TV favourite. Give us a clue, this show that featured Mime Master General Lionel Blair. Sprightly Lionel keeps in tip-top shape with regular games of tennis, although a recent match ended in controversy over a hotly disputed line call. Hawkeye couldn't tell if Lionel was in or out. Tim and Pam, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
No country for old men. No country for old men.
So off you go, please, Tim and Pam.
It's a book and a film, and it's 5 words, and it goes like this. Hello, I'd like to buy the latest gramophone album by Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton, please.
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear.
I beg your pardon?
I'm afraid that section of the record shop is off limits to you.
But I just saw you selling a Tammy Wynette CD to the young couple just leaving.
I'm very sorry, sir. It's the shop's policy. Would you like to sit down, dear? Can I interest you in some Mantovani?
Good heavens, no, you are a very unhelpful young lady.
I know, bless.
I shall be taking my custom elsewhere.
Don't forget your walking stick.
Okay, Barry knows this one.
Yes. It must be something about the territory and sort of no country for old men, does it?
So your turn, Barry and Rory, and your title's now being exhibited on the laser display board. And here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
7. 7.
This is a film and it's 1 word.
Doctor, you're just the chap I want to see. Have you got the results of my medical?
I have, and it's all good news. You're as healthy as Donald Trump.
Yeah, that is good news.
In fact, your results are identical to his.
Oh, jolly bees! Go on, Doc. Spill the beans.
It says you are astonishingly healthy.
Well, you've seen my daily jog past the cameras, around the corner, out of sight, and into the limo.
And the amazing thing is, you and the president share the same mental age.
Do we?
There isn't a film called 2, is there? It's a number, is it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, you got the answer. It was 7. Let's try another round. And here's a further title going up on the display board for Tim and Pam, and the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Jersey Boys. Jersey Boys.
It's a musical, and it's 2 words, and it goes like this.
How are we doing, Skipper?
We be just approaching the largest of the Channel Islands now, cabin boy.
I must say, Skipper, it never ceases to amaze me how you manage to navigate your way into the harbour.
'Tis quite simple, really, lad. I just follow the conveniently placed floating hazard indicator.
It's something to do with boys, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, over to Rory.
The Jersey Boys.
Okay, final title is being displayed for you, Barry and Rory, and once again the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Charlie Girl. Charlie Girl.
Film and stage musical, 2 words.
I wonder if you can help me, Doctor.
I'll do my best, Your Royal Highness.
I'm thinking of having a little pruning done.
I'm afraid I don't have green fingers.
Yes, I see. I'm thinking of having a slight gender reassignment.
Oh, the complete?
Yes, that's right. Mummy doesn't seem too keen on me being king, so I thought I might stand a better chance as queen.
I see. Have you discussed it with...
Oh, Camilla's all for it. We can go shopping for hats together.
I'll book you in, and I am the soul of discretion, sir.
Ma'am's the word.
Musical, changing sex.
I was so wrapped up in it, I forgot that we had to make some comment. I was absolutely...
It's a stage musical.
A stage musical.
And it's 2 words.
2 words.
The King and I, the King and... No.
The Queen, I've no idea. We weren't really listening, to be honest.
I'd like to give the answer. It's one I'd like to give. But somewhere in the preamble, I lost the will to live.
Well, it's got my name on it.
Charles.
Nearly. Slightly bonnier.
Bonnie Prince
Charlie Scott.
You tell them, sir, or madam.
You were close. You were close with Charlie.
You've nearly got the answer. Go on, give it a whirl. It isn't really Charlie's Boy. It's actually...
Charlie Girl.
That's it!
Well, the next game is called Sounds Peculiar, and it's all about sound effects. The BBC Sound Effect Archive is one of the corporation's crown jewels. Its skilled technicians can transport us to different worlds from, say... the plains of Africa to... an audience with Tim Brooke-Taylor. So for this round, teams, I've combed the BBC Sound Archive to bring you some less frequently heard sounds, and the team's task is simply to accurately identify precisely what it is they're listening to. Okay, you can go first. Barry, can you tell me, please, what sound effect we're listening to here?
Robbery with violins.
Your turn, Tim. Can you identify this sound, please?
Off the fifth. Oh, it's a birdie on the fifth.
You now, Rory, can you identify these sounds, please?
Is it 6 brides for 7 brothers? Sorry. A shotgun wedding.
It was a shotgun wedding, yeah. Pam, can you tell me what's happening here?
Good morning, Pam here, just to let you know that I can write you a poem cheap for 10 quid, but it's 50 quid extra per line, another £100 if you want it to rhyme, plus £500 if you want to read it, another £1,000 if you want to read it out loud, and a £5,000 surcharge if you want it to be amusing, but I can't guarantee that it won't go to somebody else at the last moment. Ryanair's.
And finally, how about this one?
That's the sound of music. That's what it sounds like.
Well, our next game takes a look at the fascinating world of the greetings card. And greetings cards have a long history. A papyrus greeting card was discovered in the tomb of Egyptian King Ramesses II. It wished him a happy Mummy's Day. In this round, the teams will attempt to complete the verses taken from some genuine greetings cards. So, Tim, I'll start with you, please. Here's a Thinking of You card. Here's hoping that this little card doesn't make you blue. I just wanted to let you know...
I'm 3 weeks overdue.
that we're thinking of you. Your turn now, Rory. This one's for you. This is a Please Forgive Me card. I wish I had not let you down and caused you so much worry. I promise that I will improve. I'm truly very sorry. My actions, they were selfish, full of stupidity and greed.
But what were you expecting if you read my Twitter feed?
Real ending was your love and your forgiveness are the things I really need. Oh. Yeah, we've all been there. Now, Barry, one for you. This is a sorry card. As time goes by, I hope we'll try to still keep things together. I am so sorry for what went wrong.
And now a look at the weather.
It's actually Let's Be Friends Forever. Pam, this is a wedding invitation card. We're inviting you to our wedding. It won't be a grand affair. We aim to keep it simple.
So please say you won't be there.
Something similar to that, but we'd love you to be there. Back to you, Tim. It's a Valentine's Day card. Roses are red, violets are blue.
Violets are cheaper, so here's some for you.
Yes, there's one place in my heart, and it's only for you. Rory, there's one for you. This is a second birthday card. 2 is a giggly number. It loves to run and hide. 2 is a cheeky number that plays in the mud outside. 2 is a toddler number. It always has lots to say. 2 is a birthday number.
Too bad you're 3 today.
The celebrations start today. Barry, congratulations on passing your exams. The results are in. You must be proud. You pulled out all the stops.
And the organist's furious.
The answer is you work so hard, achieve your best, you really are the tops. Finally, Pam, this is one to my husband on Father's Day card. It's a day to sit and do nothing. It's a day to be my guest. It's a day to think about yourself.
Like all the bloody rest.
Yes, and do what you like best. Happy Father's Day. There are more of these, so any of you can have a go at these ones. Here's a Get Well Soon card. Daffodils are yellow, tulips are red. I send these flowers to you. I've heard you're ill in bed. Irises are blue, lilies are white.
I tried to make this poem rhyme, but it's absolutely shite.
In fact, this is how it really ends, and I'm sure you'll be as shocked as anyone here, Pam. It goes, I also send these flowers to you and hope you'll feel all right soon.
I prefer my version.
I prefer your version.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely and this one, congratulations, it's twins. There's 2 to wash, 2 to dry, 2 who argue and 2 who cry. There's 2 to kiss, 2 to hug, and best of all...
They're not mine.
The answer is two to love. Yeah. You've emigrated to Australia, card. So finally you've done it and moved to pastures new. You're starting life down under, where your future waits for you.
And there you'll stay until you're dead. You shouldn't have stolen that loaf of bread.
And finally, it's a thank you card. You make me feel I'm 10 feet tall. My head could not be giddier. I'd like to thank you most of all
for giving me chlamydia.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there's just time for a quick round of Gardner's Songbook. Samantha, there's one person wants to hear it anyway. Samantha tells me she recently had a gentleman gardener around to seed her front garden. Apparently he gave it a quick fork after she'd helped him prick out in the potting shed. In this round, teams, I'd like you please to suggest the titles of songs likely to prove popular with gardeners. So you can start, Tim.
Goodness, herbaceous great balls of fire.
Barry.
Rake me up before you fly mow.
Pat.
Mowing me, mowing you.
Rory.
I just can't get you out of my shed.
I should be so mucky.
See you later, propagator.
I'm just a teenage grow bag, baby.
It's my parsley and I'll cry if I want to.
If you don't mow me by now.
Hit me with your rhubarb stick.
Weevil, rock you.
All the single daisies.
It's an itsy-bitsy, teensy-weensy, yellow polka dot zucchini.
I'm sexy and I'll grow it.
I see you, baby, raking that grass.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the trusty collection tin of time is extended towards the bad-tempered old bastard of belligerents, who definitely donates the old pound coin of posterity, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the team, Samantha, myself, and our audience here in Swindon, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Mary Greer, Tim Brooke-Taylor, Rory Bremner and Pam Ayres were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Searle setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Ian Pattinson and Fraser Steele, and the producer was John Naismith.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us today in the historic county of Dorset on a visit to the seaside town of Poole. The name Dorset is believed to be derived from two Celtic words, Duri and Setiki, meaning the land of the people who can't afford Hampshire. The Elizabethan adventurer Sir Walter Raleigh, discoverer of tobacco and potatoes, was MP for Dorset and lived at Sherborne Castle. Once a favourite of Queen Elizabeth I, Raleigh eventually fell out of royal favour and was locked away in the Tower of London. As an aristocrat, he was allowed overnight visits by his wife, during which jailers peeping through the keyhole were amazed, not by the lusty lovemaking, but afterwards when Lady Raleigh rolled over and lit a potato. Dorset and Dorchester were the inspiration for the place names in The Archers, Radio 4's long-running daily drama. So with minor spelling changes, Dorsetshire became Borsetshire and Dorchester became Borchester. What a load of bollocks. And it was a Poole man who claims to have discovered the secret to time travel. Pensioner Ron Smethurst said it came to him one morning taking the 10:30 bus to central Bournemouth. When he arrived, he found it was 1973. The county of Dorset is justifiably famous for its local produce. Delicious Portland lamb can be found grazing on the Isle of Portland, while Dorset knobs can be found jet skiing off sandbanks. Chesil Beach is one of 3 major shingle structures in Britain and connects the Dorset mainland with the Isle of Portland. In the 1950s, a local amateur geologist called James Hutton set about drawing, measuring and cataloguing every different type of pebble found along its 18 miles. Sadly, Hutton never completed his task, as in 1962 he unexpectedly got a life. Nearby Abbotsbury Children's Farm has ducks, cows, sheep, pigs, turkeys and horses, and it's just appointed a new chief executive. He'll be known as the CIEIO. Scientists have recently reported that climate change could have a dramatic effect on parts of the Dorset coast. Global warming of just a few degrees might result in a rise in sea level of possibly 2 metres, leaving areas of Weymouth with up to 6 feet of improvement. Let's meet the teams. They are on my left, Barry Cryer and Tony Hawks. And on my left, Tim Brooke-Taylor, and paying a long-awaited return visit to his hometown, it's local boy John Finnemore. And taking her place at the desk next to me to enjoy an evening of scoring, please welcome the ever-delightful Samantha. Okay, we'll start with a round called Common Clichés Explained. Like an aphorism, a cliché is often a way of handing advice from one generation to another. The other week, Tim was trying to explain to his 4-year-old grandson that it's perfectly normal to wet yourself. It didn't work. The boy's still teasing Tim about it. So, teams, in this round, I'd like you to suggest some well-known English clichés or idioms together with their real meaning. Tony, you can start, please.
It's been gathering dust in the cupboard. I didn't turn off the Hoover when I put it away.
Tim.
He's left his mark. He's given me his underpants to wash.
Barry.
He attempted to clear the air. He was jumping a river in Yorkshire.
John.
He always goes the extra mile. Make sure you agree the price before you get in the cab.
I now speak very highly of him. He need me in the groin.
They decided to tie the knot. He's having a vasectomy.
I'll never hear the end of this. I've just turned on Call You and Yours.
He thinks the job is beneath him. He's a floor manager.
All roads lead to Rome. This satin house broken.
There's a tiger inside me. Wrong kind of hole-in-one, Mr. Woods.
He's had 1 over the 8. He's had 9. I don't know why I said it like that.
Honour comes at a price. Here's your OBE, Mr. Cryer. We're eating al fresco. This is a meeting of the Cannibal Club, Mrs. Fresco.
It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. It's 12. I'm sorry, I'm doing it again.
I've just had the full Monty. The Field Marshal made love to me after dinner.
I still think I have it in me. That proctologist never did find his wristwatch. It was a cock and bull story. It's Boris's autobiography.
Time for a musical round now, as I ask the teams to sing one song to the tune of another. Perry Louise Edwards of the girl band Little Mix was born in South Shields before moving to Weymouth, and every year the good people of Weymouth plead with Little Mix to do a special one-off gig in South Shields. Providing piano accompaniment for this round, we have Colin Sell. Now, they say never meet your musical heroes, so hello, Colin. Okay, we'll start with you, Tim, and I'd like you to sing the words of I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It by Katy Perry to the tune of Hernando's Hideaway.
I kissed a girl and I liked it. The taste of her cherry chapstick. I kissed a girl just to try it. I hope my boyfriend doesn't mind. It felt so wrong, it felt so right. Don't mean I am in love tonight. I kissed a girl and I liked it. I liked it and I don't even know her name. Ole.
Thank you, Tim. You now, Barry, and I'd like you to sing the words of My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas to the tune of I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles.
What you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside your trunk? I'ma get you drunk. Get you love drunk off my humps, 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 my humps. My little lady lumps, check it out.
Okay, your turn, John. I'd like you to sing the words of Common People by Pulp to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It.
I'll try, Jack, just as soon as I stop picturing Barry's humps. She came from Greece, she had a thirst for knowledge. She studied sculpture at St. Martin's College. That's where I caught her eye. She told me her dad was loaded. I said, in that case, I'll have a rum and Coca-Cola. She said, fine, and then in 30 seconds' time, she said, I want to live like common people. I want to do whatever common people do. I want to sleep with common people like you.
Finally, Tony, I'd like you to sing the words of Because I Got High by Afro Man to the tune of Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high. I was gonna get up and find the broom, but then I got high. My room is still messed up, and I know why. 'Cause I got high. I was gonna go to class before I got high. I could have cheated and I could have passed, but I got high. I'm taking it next semester. And I know why, 'cause I got high, 'cause I got high, 'cause I got high, 'cause I got high. I was going to go to work, but then I got high. I just got a new promotion, but I got high.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Colin. It's another piano we won't get our deposit back on. Well, the next game is called Word for Word, and it's all about words. Words continue to fascinate. For example, the French word déjà vu describes the eerie feeling of having lived through exactly the same experience before. Interestingly, the Guinness World Record for the largest number of people to experience what they call simultaneous déjà vu stands at 412 at a Barry Cryer gig in Bexhill-on-Sea. Okay, I'd like you to start exchanging completely unconnected words. Tim and John, Barry and Tony, your job is to try to spot a connection, and so on. So off you go, Tim and John.
Junket. Mendacious.
Posy.
Noose.
Laundromat.
Limpet.
Symposium.
Squab.
Soup.
Tony.
That's on the menu, backstage, swab soup.
Squab soup?
Squab soup, squab
yeah,
soup.
Squab soup, yeah, there was clearly a connection now, that was well spotted.
It's very good too.
We had it
delicious. It must have been why so consciously it was still in my mind. Delicious squab soup.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't want a conversation about it. I'm just saying. Over to Tony and Barry.
Aardvark.
Candidacy.
Ballistic.
Laudable.
Coriander.
John has spotted a connection.
Yes, Lord Abel Coriander was, I think, Lord Chief Justice in the 18th century.
That's right.
That's true, yeah.
One of the best.
Okay, well, if you say so, John, I don't want to go against you, and you've got so many friends in the audience. So it's over to John and Tim.
Basket.
Grockle.
Sting.
Whinge.
Barry has come in with a...
Sting and Whinge. Sting, the singer,
yes,
had a big hit, Flying on Whinge. Not well known now, as a lesser track on an album. Sting.
Can you remember how it went, Barry?
Yeah, I think... Flying on my whinge, the memory makes me cringe, but I land on my heart, flying on my wings.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowing that. It's back to Tim. Tim and John.
Hyperbole.
Guttering.
Extract.
Knock-kneed.
Beeswax.
Spool.
Scrumpy.
9.
Marbles.
Oh.
Tony?
Well, 9 marbles are what we stole from Greece and refused to give back.
Yes.
Fair enough. So, yes, over to Tony and Barry.
Fumigate.
Risible.
Kilter.
Anguish.
Forensic.
Oh, John.
I have a Scots friend called Anguish who wears a kilter.
Yeah.
Well, unconnected words, game, wish there was, end to are coming to my head. So one final go with Tim and John.
Oh, right.
Oh, a duffel.
Follicle.
Camel.
Hair.
What?
Tony came up with
Well,
that.
how could we possibly connect camel and hair, ladies and gentlemen? It would be too difficult to do, wouldn't
Yes.
Quite right. So don't do that then.
No.
I think Tim and John have walked away with that round. Just wish they'd done it 10 minutes ago. Okay, now a lot of listeners have asked why we don't have more topical debates on I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. Well, in fact, the teams had one just before the show on the topic of leave or remain. And they came up with all the usual arguments, and they've had a little bit of time to think about it, and so it's time for their final verdict. Tim, bearing in mind everything you've heard this evening, would you now say leave or remain?
Remain.
Barry?
Leave.
John?
No. Remain.
Tony?
Leave.
So 2 say remain, 2 say leave. Okay,
Yeah.
well, this is a bit of a conundrum, isn't it?
It's a conundrum, Jack.
Yes, it is, Barry, yeah. Well, the result is balanced on a knife edge, and therefore falls to me to provide the casting vote. Let me get some guidance from the audience. What did the audience say, leave or remain? Let's hear it. Is that your family, John? Well, that was quite close, but I detect it's slightly in favour of remain, I would say. So, Colin, this means you can remain at the piano after all. This next round is called The Symptoms, and it's all about the world of medicine. Actually, I had to visit a doctor here in Poole for a repeat prescription after my antidepressants were stolen. If the thief is listening, I hope you're happy now. In this round, one team has developed an obscure condition which the other team should attempt to diagnose. Tim and John have just been called for your appointment with Doctors Barry and Tony, and you must outline your symptoms to them, and they'll be awarded points based on how accurately they're able to diagnose your condition. And the identity of your complaint is now being displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
Tim is chalk and John is cheese. Tim is chalk and John is cheese.
Tim and John, Doctors Barry and Tony are ready to see you now. Please start outlining your complaint.
Hello.
How are we feeling this morning?
Well, really, we're just here for some couples therapy. We just rub each other up the wrong way.
Quite nice. We're just very different people. I'm interested in education, geology, and snooker.
Well, so like, parties with wine or just, sitting around after a big dinner.
We disagree on almost everything. He voted Remain. He loves France.
Of course.
They love him.
Yeah, and he voted Leave. He's obsessed with the White Cliffs of Dover.
The White Cliffs of
I see.
It's his very voice. He's to me like fingernails on a blackboard.
And his jokes. Oh, they're so corny.
And sometimes a little blue.
I'm very pleased to be the first patient of the day.
Yes, he always insists on being on top of the queue.
Yeah.
You enjoy your food, don't you?
I do. He doesn't.
If he doesn't mind me saying, you smell a bit, Vinny.
I do smell a little bit, and I really need to get these veins sorted out as well.
Yes.
Right, okay. Well, splendid. Well, I'm not sure we really have anything we could offer you that would help you this
Oh,
morning.
well, thanks. We went private, especially for this.
It's,
Have you not worked it
Are
out?
we different?
Yes.
Barry's worked it out, haven't you, Barry?
Yes, indeed. A lot of people have. There's a cordon all round the office at the moment. Some of them waving blue banners. Or not, as the case may be.
I tell you what, if there is a cordon around the building, it is probably because he has been up to his old tricks of dancing around murder victims. And leaving his mark as he goes.
Yeah.
We're so different, we really couldn't be more different.
We are different.
Very different as you like. As different as two peats from very different pots.
As different as fromage.
Oui, and whatever the French is for chalk.
I'm getting.
Or would you like a hint?
I'm getting. I don't know. I'm getting the words chalk and cheese.
It's fascinating to see you work together. Okay, your turn to be patients, Barry and Tony, and your mystery medical condition will now be displayed to the audience via the laser display board, while here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
They think they're parrots. They think they're parrots.
Hello, Mr. Hawkes and Mr.
Hello.
Cryer.
Hello, Mr. Hawkes and Mr. Cryer.
No, you misunderstand. We're doctors.
No, you
doctors.
misunderstand. We're doctors.
We're doctors.
Have we come into an echo chamber here?
Is this a private consultation? I want to avoid getting a painful bill.
People keep telling me I'm pretty.
Have
you got anything that helps with that?
Who's a pretty boy then? I think you're parrots.
The next round is called One Word at a Time songs. When it comes to songwriting, famously nothing rhymes with orange. Thankfully, one of the many reasons why we'll never see Katie Price the musical. In this round, I'd like each team to perform a song together, but alternating the words of the song between panelists. And we'll start with you, Tony and Barry, and your song is My Favourite Things from The Sound of Music. So off you go.
Raindrops
on
roses
and
whiskers
on
kittens,
bright
copper
kettles
and
warm
woolen
mittens,
brown
paper
packages
tied
up
with
strings.
These
Are
a
few
of
my
favorite
things.
cream-colored
Ponies
and
crisp
apple
strudels,
doorbells
and
sleigh bells
and
schnitzel
with
noodles,
wild
geese that fly
with
the
moon
on
their
wings.
These
Are
a
few
of
my
favorite
things.
when
The
dog
bites,
when
the
bee
stings,
when
I'm
feeling
sad.
I
Simply
remember
my
favorite
things,
and
then
I
don't
feel so bad.
Of course, what the audience at home don't see is the marvellous way that Barry prompted Tony all the way through So, over to you, Tim and John, and the song I'd like you to perform with alternating words is Joseph's Coat from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I look handsome, I look smart, I am a walking work of art, such a dazzling coat of many colours. How I love my coat of many colours. It was red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and violet and fawn and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve and green and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and grey, pearl, white and blue.
Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there's just time to fit in a quick round of personalised songbook. Here in Dorset, many family and place names can be a source of embarrassment to residents. One Seymour Cox from the village of Piddlehinton was so tired of the constant teasing that he changed his name and moved. He's now known as Everard and lives happily in Shitterton. Now, teams, there are songs featuring the names of people like Delilah, Jude, Laura, Eileen and Mickey, but many other names have gone unsung in popular music. I'd like you to add to the canon by suggesting song titles featuring some new first names. So, Tony, can you start, please?
Don't Cry For Me, Margentina.
Barry.
Return to Brenda.
Tim.
I can see Deirdre now, Lorraine has gone.
John.
Stay away to Kevin.
One I don't like, don't stand so close, Timmy.
Diamonds are for Trevor.
Ooh, Kevin is a place on earth.
Imogen, there's no heaven.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do Pat.
Hey, you, get off my Claude.
The first time, Trevor, I saw your face.
We all live in a yellow sub, Maureen.
I got you, Bob.
Boris seems to be the hardest word.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the fraudulent fracker of fate blights the biodiverse beauty spot of Serenity and the house prices of hope take the nosedive of destiny, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the team, Samantha, myself and our audience here in Poole, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Barry Cryer, Tim Brooke-Taylor, John Finnemore and Tony Hawks were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. Programme consultants were Ian Patterson and Fraser Steele, and the producer was John Naismith.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join me this week from the front room of my delightful suburban home. Done smiling. This show fulfills all the government's stringent lockdown procedures, which isn't a problem for me, as I've been socially isolating since Thursday the 7th of March 2016. I remember it well. It was the day before Children in Need. After weeks of intensive rehearsals and trial runs using state-of-the-art laptops, we can assure listeners that we have all got to grips with remote working and... Oh, sorry, hang on. An Ocado delivery slot has just opened. It's 4:30 a.m. January the 5th, 2022. Yes, I'll take that. Our audience is also self-isolating and will be listening to the show via their smartphones, unless, of course, the governor launches a snap search of E-Wing. The teams eagerly accepted our invitation to participate. After all, COVID has hit the theatrical profession hard, and many actors have simply failed to properly come to terms with the closure of our theatres. It's a little-known fact that the applause for the NHS was only brought to an end because too many furloughed actors were sustaining spinal injuries due to reflex bowing. Now, this trend of showing support by applauding continued when Prime Minister Boris Johnson was hospitalised, although the Daily Mail's April headline, "Clap for Boris," confused many readers who thought it was COVID he was suffering from. Even the leader of the free world, President Donald Trump, tested positive for the virus. Luckily, doctors were quick to reassure the US that after a worrying 3 days, COVID was doing fine. Let's meet the teams. They are, to the east, Andy Hamilton, Joe Brand and Rory Bremner. And to the west, Marcus Brigstock, Rachel Parris and Miles Jupp. And sitting remotely, hoping for an enjoyable half hour of scoring, please welcome the ever-delightful Samantha. Well, it so happens that all the panellists are based in or around London, apart from Miles Jupp, who now lives in Monmouthshire. A few years ago, with the birth of their twins, he and his wife decided to sell their little terraced house in Peckham and buy, well, Monmouthshire. And Andy Hamilton lives in Wimbledon. And during the tennis championships, Andy sets up stall by his front door and charges people up to £35 per day to park on his drive. This infuriates his wife, who can't see why she should have to pay to park in front of their own house. OK, we start this week with a round based on sexing up. The secret to a happy marriage is to take care of your appearance. After 6 long months in lockdown today, I sexed up myself. My wife agrees I've increased my physical attractiveness by 100%. Yes, I put my trousers on. With this in mind, teams, I'd like you to suggest new sexed-up classic literary book titles of the sort likely to appeal to a 50 Shades of Grey readership. So, Joe, maybe you could start.
Love in the Time of Chlamydia.
Marcus.
1984.
Rory.
Far from the dogging crowd.
Rachel.
For Whom the Bell End Tolls.
Andy.
Tight arse, Andronicus.
And Miles.
The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde the Sausage.
Charlotte's webcam.
Under Milf Wood.
David Copperfield.
Solzhenitsyn's masterpiece, A Day in the Wife of Ivan Denisovich.
The Very Horny Caterpillar.
The Spy Who Came in the Cold.
The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe Malfunction.
Snatch 22.
Bed knobs and handcuffs.
Right, the teams are going to sing for us now in a round called One Song to the Tune of Another. At the piano we have Colin Sell. Lockdown has brought a huge change to the lives of many artists and musicians. A random page from October in Colin's diary reads, months of no work, then one performance to the familiar rows of empty seats. And that's from October last year. OK, we'll start with you, Joe, and I'd like you to sing the words of The Laughing Policeman to the tune of the Andy Williams classic Happy Heart.
I know a fat old policeman, he's always on our street. A fat and jolly red-faced man, he really is a treat. He's too kind for a policeman, he's never known to frown. And everybody says he's the happiest man in town.
Your turn, Rory. I'd like you to sing The Words of My Humps by the Black Eyed Peas to the tune of The Bare Necessities.
What you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk? I'm gonna get you drunk. Check it out. Get you the drunk off my hump, 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 my lovely lady lumps. I drive these boats crazy, I do it on the daily. They treat me really nicely, they buy me all these ices. Dolce and Gabbana, Fendi and then Donna Karan, maybe. Sharing all their money got me wearing fly. Brother, I ain't asking, they say they love my ass and 7 G's. My hump, my hump, my hump, my humps.
You now, Marcus, I'd like you to sing the words of Creep by Radiohead to the tune of Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
When you were here before, could look you in the eye. You're just like an angel, your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so special. But I'm a creeper widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul.
And finally, Rachel, I'd like you to sing the words of Baby Shark to the tune of Gracie Field's wartime classic, Wish Me Luck As You Wave Me Goodbye.
Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, mommy shark, do do do. Do 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 do, mommy shark, do do do. Mommy shark, do 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 do. Mommy shark, daddy shark, do do do. Daddy shark, do 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 do.
Well, our next round is based on a classic Victorian parlour game. During the 19th century, the British upper classes had more leisure time than previous generations, so we're interested in frivolous diversions, the most popular being Hunt the Thimble, Blind Man's Buff and Crown Rule in India. In this party favourite, each player secretly draws a card and the player with the ace of spades is the murderer. And players then sit around until the murderer strikes by winking, unseen by anyone else, at the victim. The victim dies horribly. The remaining players must then try to identify the murderer, who carries on eliminating players with a secret wink. OK, teams, you've all drawn your cards, and one of you now knows that they are the murderer. Now, some suspense music, please, Colin, and let the game commence. Oh, and Rachel is the killer's first victim. Anyone want to accuse the possible murderer?
Too early to say.
No. On we go then.
Jack.
Yeah, Marcus, yes?
I think we've got a bit of a problem.
Really?
Yeah. No one else can see me winking at them.
Careful, Marcus. We don't want to give the game away.
No, sure. Yeah. Just quickly, though, Miles, did you see me wink at you just then?
Oh, no, I'm in Monmouth.
You're spoiling it for the listeners, Marcus. Rachel saw you all right.
Yeah, but she lives here.
Yeah, we're married, so I'm in the same room as Marcus.
Yeah.
OK, well, murderer, just say the name of the person you're winking at now.
And that'll work, will it?
Yes, yes, that'll work.
OK, Miles.
What?
He's winking at you, Miles.
Oh.
Yes, and the mystery killer strikes again. Any of you budding detectives care to finger the culprit?
Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Yes, all right, Miss Marple. Let everybody have a go.
I think I know.
No, Miles, you've been murdered. Anyone else?
Well, it wasn't Rory, and Andy, it wasn't you, was it?
No, it wasn't me. Honestly, it wasn't me. I swear, I just had something in my eye. I was blinking, not winking.
Oh, for goodness sake. I accused in Miles's sitting room with a wink. The murderer was...
I'm not in the sitting room, I'm in the library.
Oh, that's posh.
Hang on. I think I've worked it out with the aid of my little grey cells.
Rory, let's hear it.
Right, well, according to little Grace here...
Little who?
Grace Ells.
Oh.
Grace Ells? Yeah, she reckons the murderer was...
Rory.
Well, now we'll never know, will we? Good game. Cue Colin. OK, so this next game's called What's the Youth? It's no secret that Radio 4's audience are so old they think In Our Time is a current affairs show. So, to conform with BBC policy and in an attempt to turn the tide, I'd like the teams to suggest youth-orientated introductions to Radio 4 programmes. OK, you can start us off, please, Marcus.
OK, now on Radio 4, a new version of I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue for young people called Why Are You Even Asking Me That?
Rory.
Wagwan, this week on In Our Time We're in the Hood with the Madame Massive that wrecked the ding in the 1920s. That's the Bloomsbury Group with Dr. Claire Nicholson, KSI Pop Smoke, Dizzy Rascal and Professor Roger Penrose. Now back to the sick buds at today.
Andy.
And later it'll be Thought for the Day, when Rabbi Lionel Blue will be asking the question, what do you think of my new trainers?
Miles.
Coming up on Radio 4, rude boy Nick Robinson gets all aggro up in man's grill and Martha Brenda Carnage Kearney throws some mad shade on a couple of salty Karens. That's the Today programme. Next.
Rachel.
The food programme now, looking today at the different breakfast cereals you can eat just before a family dinner.
And Joe.
Here's a thought for the day. Don't get high on your own supply.
Now, here's from our own correspondent with Kate Adie. Yes, she's Kate Adie. Yes, she's the real Adie. All the other Kate Adies are just imitating. Will the real Kate Adie just please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
It was fine. I don't know. I did nothing really. I just watched TV and stuff. That's all coming up on the Saturday Review.
In line with Radio 4's new commitment to youth programming, what was Front Row will now simply be known as Mosh Pit.
And now it's time for the food program. Radio 4's got money this week, so we're going to Nando's.
I've got another one. I might need a bit of music for this, if you've got something. Rewind my selector! Yes! Old time, Old Ambridge Massive and crew, hear this now! Penny Hassett in the place, lock down the Penny Hassett posse. I see you, bruv. Hold tight. David Archer, hold tight. Roof in the house, keep it locked. Bo, 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 bo! Shouts to Old Grundy Massive, mix up a farming, arable dairy and bo, 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 beef. Hear this, Archer time.
The next round is all about reviews, both positive and negative. Audience feedback is vital for any comedian. Scouring the internet for reviews of fellow comedians, I found this review of Andy Hamilton's recent one-man show. Our daughter bought us the tickets, and when he walked on the stage, within seconds he had my husband and I in tears. And it continues. We thought the tickets were for Hamilton the musical. Now, I'm going to read out a selection of genuine online reviews, and the team's job is to guess precisely what it is that's being reviewed. So, Andy, this first one is for you. Is it me, or has it gone watery?
The Arctic.
That was actually a review of Corona beer on Amazon. And what's this review referring to, Miles? Only drawback is the adhesive bottom.
Is it a non-stick bottom?
It was actually a bobbing Jesus dashboard figure. That was on Amazon. How about this one, Rory? What do you reckon's being reviewed here? Not at all realistic, but it does change your face completely.
Oh, that's the Tony Blair Foundation.
It was a big teeth latex mask that you could get on Amazon. Rachel, how about this one? What's being reviewed? The first time I used this, they came out quite easily. The second time was more of a struggle. Overall, the discomfort is worth the end result.
A sports bra?
Not that, actually. It was a nose hair removal wax kit for men and women.
Similar.
Yeah. One for you, Marcus. What do you reckon is being reviewed? Unlike my wife, who's 6 foot tall, I'm only 5 foot 8 inches, and I have to get off when I come to a halt while she can remain seated. But what an exhilarating ride.
Paul Hollywood. We've got one. We had exactly the same problem.
It was actually a penny farthing bicycle. And finally, Joe, what's being described in this review? Fun at parties and with friends round. We probably don't get it out as much as we'd like, but it's always there on standby.
A defibrillator?
It was actually Twister at Hasbro game. Another one for you, Andy. What's being described here? Hoped for a lot better. Most of it's in ruins.
The Berlin Wall.
It was a review of Barnard Castle on TripAdvisor.
Oh. Yeah. It was a clear day, I hope.
Well, other reviews included, arrived late and couldn't see it. Maybe I should go to Specsavers. Ha, ha, ha. Or the other one was, after one visit, my eyesight dramatically improved. Miles, what is being reviewed here? Absolute rubbish. They didn't stay up for longer than 2 minutes.
Is it clay pigeons?
It's actually an adhesive bra advertised on Amazon. Rory, what's this review for? Costs next to nothing and makes both me and my partner go weak at the knees.
Oh, that'll be arthritis.
It's actually a head massager. If it's affecting your knees, they can't really be using it properly, can they? Rachel, what's this describing? I tear about 1 in 5.
Is it £9 babies?
No, they were multi-purpose disposable rubber gloves. Marcus, how about this one? What's being reviewed? When strategically placed, these can change your social life and your romantic life too.
Wives?
Was that a plural, Marcus?
Next round.
It's actually a thing called Smell Rid, and they're activated charcoal flatulence odour control pads.
Oh, yes.
Which are a real thing. Yeah. Quite a lot of our audience gone quiet there. They seem to already know. Another review reads, all started good, I feel confident, we meet at the plaza, she looked beautiful, we went for a walk and then the pressure started to build. I took the chance of her going to the toilet and let one rip. Dude, the power of the release exploded the patch, leaving my trouser black from the charcoal. It looked like I sit on a squid, bro.
It's good they let Chris Grayling have a go on them.
That's good to hear. Sometimes you make these complaints and you wonder if you're just shouting into the abyss.
And finally, Joe, what's being reviewed here? Caution is needed as they can snap easily.
Osteoporosis Barbie.
Again, it's those multi-purpose disposable rubber gloves. Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time for a round of DIY songbook. Incidentally, Samantha was telling us how hard it's been getting a man in during lockdown. She'd bought an IKEA flat pack, but there was no one to help her with her drawers. In frustration, she picked up a battery-powered tool and turned her hand to it herself. She said it was fine, but she's definitely missing a screw. Anyway, teams, I'd like you to suggest song titles likely to appeal to DIY enthusiasts. You can start, please, Rachel.
Dadu Ron Ron Seal.
Andy.
Twist and grout.
Miles.
Oops, lopsided shed. I said, oops, lopsided shed.
Joe.
You've lost that lovely ceiling. Whoa, that lovely ceiling.
Marcus.
Well, you know you make me wanna grout.
And Rory.
That old Sean Connery favourite, I just don't know what to do with my shelf.
I see a red door and I want to paint it black.
It's my party wall and I'll cry if I want to.
Last night, a DJ paved my drive.
I second that emulsion.
50 ways to leave your ladder.
Do you know the way to sand, Jose?
You gotta fight for your right to parquet.
When you're tiling, the whole world tiles with you.
Scream if you want to go plaster.
Return to render.
I mean, presumably anything by Bonnie Tyler.
The underlay is up, baby.
Smack my bricks up.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the frustrated freshers of fate are quarantined in the hellish halls of hostility, dining only on the pot noodles of penitence while their families cheerfully order smaller turkeys, I notice it's the end of the show. So, from the team, Samantha, myself, and our isolating audience at home, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Marcus Brigstock, Rachel Paris, Miles Jump, Rory Bremner, Joe Brand and Andy Hamilton were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Fraser Steele and Stephen Dick, and the producer was John Naismith.
I'm sorry, I haven't a clue. You join us on a second visit to the town of Shrewsbury in the fine county of Shropshire. Shrewsbury School was founded in 1552 and for centuries concentrated on the classics, but who needs Latin, hey? The town first became famous with the Battle of Shrewsbury in 1403, when King Henry IV When King Henry fought a rebel army led by Harry Hotspur. The battle is notable as the first on English soil to have been decided by cannon fire. When the king's army famously met Hotspur's rebels in a field planted with peas, the battle was delayed due to confusion caused after Henry ordered his troops to shell them. Hidden away near here, the government has a top-secret intelligence listening station. Probably shouldn't broadcast that. It was there they discovered that Donald Trump's Twitter feed had been hacked by a 7-year-old when the standard of tweets suddenly improved. In 2011, they managed to identify where Osama bin Laden was hiding, as his compound had no telephone or internet connection. So, a BT broadband customer then. Abraham Darby built the first iron bridge in the world over the River Severn in 1781. So pleased were the locals, they renamed their town after it. Iron Bridge remains Shropshire's most popular tourist attraction, despite strong competition from the nearby town of Little Concrete Bus Shelter in the Dale. Iron Bridge is widely considered to be the birthplace of the British Industrial Revolution. James Wilkinson founded his steelworks there, originally manufacturing muskets and bayonets for the army, and then later making the Vickers machine gun, which must have livened up his sermons. The General Pharmaceutical Council is based in Shrewsbury, from where, according to their website, they deliver Level 2 knowledge and experience-based dispensing pharmacy assistant qualifications, as well as accredited distance learning courses equivalent to the top-level MVQ in pharmacy service skills, which also require applicants to be employed on a practical training course in a working pharmacy for a minimum period of a year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where they learn how to disappear for half an hour, counting 12 tablets into a little brown bottle. But they're not alone in disappearing from public view for extended periods. Let's meet the teams. Please welcome, on my left, Miles Jump and Pippa Evans. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Stephen Fry. And taking his place on the scoring desk next to me, please welcome our resident tree trunk in trunks, the immaculate Sven. Well, we start this week with some new additions to the Uxbridge English Dictionary. A good dictionary is essential for learning the correct use of similar words. For example, many people don't understand the difference in meaning between the words chav and prole. Well, chav is a pejorative and demeaning term for a working class youth, whereas prole is what chavs are put on when they're released from prison. But the meanings of words are constantly changing, teams. So your suggestions, please, of any new definitions you may have spotted recently. Pippa, you can start.
Abstainer. One who applies tanning cream to their stomach.
Tim.
Disposition, where I am right now. Exposition, where I was just then.
Miles.
Herbicide. To scrap a Volkswagen Beetle.
Stephen.
Heedless. Scottish decapitation.
Jetty. A bit like a jet.
Marbling. Mother's jewellery.
Gestate. Recently had lunch.
Brouhaha. An amusing teapot.
Fleetingly. To run away with a prickly sensation.
Debate, what you put on the hook to catch the fish.
Commandeer. A working-class woodland creature.
Biceps. To purchase porcini.
Baccarat. Rodent that composed several hits in the 60s.
Artifact. Picasso painted 3,597 paintings.
Harmony. Cash paid to comedians.
Chilcot. Where a baby just relaxes.
Well, the next round, Censored Song, is all about the tricky subject of censorship. Censorship can take many forms, of course, from the government's redacted documents to Radio 4 Comedy's 11 a.m. Watershed. Many songs quite innocently cause inadvertent upset to the more sensitive listener. So, teams, I'd like you to perform censored versions of some much-loved classics, removing any smutty content with the aid of a buzzer. A piano accompaniment will be provided by Colin Sell. Incidentally, Colin tells us that at a recent recital, he received as many as 7 curtain calls, all from his dry cleaner saying, "Your curtains are ready." Tim and Stephen, you can start, and I'd like you to censor a short medley of offending song lyrics. So off you go, please.
Oh, I do like to beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to beside the sea. Oh, I do like to stroll along the prom, where the brass bands play tiddly-om-pom-pom. So just let me beside the seaside. I'll myself a key. And there's lots of girls beside. I should like to be side beside the seaside, beside the sea. A, you're adorable. B, you're so beautiful. C, you're a...
Thank you, Tim and Stephen. OK, your turn. Pippa and Miles, would you please censor another selection of offending songs?
Maybe I didn't you quite as often as I could have. Maybe I didn't you quite as good as I should have. If I made you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blind. You were on my you were on my
They say we're young and we don't know. Won't find out until we grow.
well, Why, that's true, 'cause you, me, and baby, you. Babe.
You, babe. You, babe. I got flowers in there.
I got you to my ring.
And when I'm scared, you're up.
Oh, when I'm sad, you're up.
And then they say you're too long. I don't care with you, I can't go wrong.
Then put your little in mine. No, oh, we can't.
Babe. You, babe. You, babe. You,
The teams are going to do a spot of acting for us now in the round called Sound Charades. It's a variation of the old TV favourite Give Us a Clue, the show that featured Mime Master General Lionel Blair. Sprightly veteran Lionel still enjoys world travel and recently visited Egypt's Valley of the Kings. However, disaster struck after Lionel drifted off during a guided tour of Ramesses III's burial chamber and was stolen by tomb robbers. On a happier note, Lionel is now on permanent display at the British Museum. Tim and Stephen, you're to start, please, and your title will shortly be displayed to the audience via the laser display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
Casualty. Casualty.
So off you go, please, Tim and Stephen.
So this is
It's
TV, isn't
TV,
it?
yes. One word,
Just one.
Yeah,
You
just
don't-
the one.
Just the one. It's your job to get it
I always
from
say
what we
just the
do
one.
dramatically now.
Any other rules we need to know about before we commit?
That should all make itself pretty clear. I've laid out the Royal Dalton porcelain service in the green drawing room, my lady.
Oh, no need for that, James. We'll have it in mugs.
Mugs? Ooh, very well, lady. Shall I require cook to prepare a pot of Earl Grey or the Maserati?
I should think builder's best will suffice.
Ooh, very good, my lady. I shall send Mabel up with a plate of cucumber sandwiches, patum paperium on toast fingers, Abernethy scones with clotted Cornish cream and strawberry preserve, and a platter of dainties.
No, a small box of Kiplings and a packet of hobnobs. Oh, there'll be more than enough.
Oh, I see. Forgive me, my lady. I assumed that this afternoon's gathering was to be a formal occasion.
Formal? Good gracious, no, quite the opposite.
He's looking excited, Miles.
I am suddenly excited. I could tell it was tea related because I recognised several of the tea brands, and then it's Casualty.
It's worth it just for the look of excitement on your face. It was dawning on you. Okay, well, here's a final one being displayed for you, Miles and Pippa. And here, once more, is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
The Great Dictator. The Great Dictator.
So it's a film.
It's a film.
It's 3 words.
And it is a film old people watch. Excuse me,
Yes, madam.
the unusually shaped potato over there.
Yes, madam, but chance you mean the really rather enormous one?
Yes, it is huge. And well, if you don't mind me saying, does it look like a penis to you?
It does indeed, madam. We even have a special name for it.
Well, I sure you do. Goodbye.
Thanks so much for coming.
Well, this is very interesting. How many words? 3 words. A film.
And it's an old film.
Yes.
So, and it's potato features.
Big cock spud. That can't be right.
Why there was never a sequel to that, I could never understand.
I would have seen that, I know.
Goodbye, Mr. Chips.
The word potato is obviously not it. It is, isn't it? Sex Lies of the Potato Man is the only potato film I can think of. Murphy's Pig and Woods.
Imagine if you couldn't say the word potato very well.
Spud.
Potato. The big dictator. The great dictator. The great dictator.
You were so close, actually, when you said big cock spud.
I was thinking along the right lines.
You were, you really were. I thought you were playing with us.
Say what you hear. Say what you hear.
Well, it's now time to play the game called Mornington Crescent. First, I notice our in tray is buckling under the weight of a letter. It comes from a Mrs. Trellis of North Wales. She writes, "Dear Jenny Agatha, why don't you call them midwife?" Yes, Mrs. Trellis. Okay, teams, this week we'll be playing the version of the game familiar to poker enthusiasts called Shropshire Hold'em. As you'd expect, flushes count double, plus straights have preference, and queens are wild. I'll be dealer, so we'll just shuffle the cards. There we are. Okay. Okay. So, Tim, you can start.
Queen's Way.
Okay, hang on. Well, I can play Peckham Rye.
Peckham Rye, yes.
I can't really go. Can I have another card?
You can have another card, absolutely you can, yes.
Thank you.
I'm going to play three of a kind. I've got London Bridge, Putney Bridge, and Upminster Bridge.
Three of a kind. Well, that's good. It's worth knowing. I wonder what is actually. I don't know how much is in the pot actually now. All right, Tim.
I appear to have Mrs. Bunn the baker's wife. Are you sure? You sure these are the right cards?
Obviously, you can't play that, and as a forfeit, you're required to lose an item of clothing, please, Tim.
Okay. That's a handkerchief out of my pocket.
Gosh, they hold a lot of water.
Can I twist now?
I'd rather you didn't. Okay. So who's...
Right, it's me after Tim. It's Tim. Right then...
Are you putting your chips in, though, Miles?
Oh, yes, I am, yeah.
Okay.
That's very decent of you, thank you. Oh, well, can I put down the Vale of Health?
Yes.
I think I can declare four of a kind then, because I can have Knightsbridge, Upminster Bridge, Putney Bridge, and Queensgate, because you said Queens are wild, yes?
Look, yes, that's right.
Yep.
The Queens are
Thank
wild.
you, so I'll declare those
well done. Yes, so that's well done, Stephen. Right.
I'll play Black Horse Road, and then I'll twist.
A twist.
Bollocks.
I'm going to flush, but that's only because of what she said.
But you are actually required to take off another item of clothing.
Go on.
Rubber. I wasn't expecting that.
That's what you always ask for, isn't it? Finchley Road.
Oh, no, sorry. Canada Water.
Canada Water?
Yeah, I can put that down on top of that, can I?
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's good, yeah.
I can't do Old Compton Street because you said straights have preference. So, yeah, I'll have to do Kensington High Street.
Mornington Crescent.
Congratulations, Pippa. Well, the next round is all about reviews, both good and bad. A good review is something to be treasured, and after a recent performance of his one-man theatre show, Tim garnered this write-up. With material that strong, the audience knew they were in safe hands. And That was from the critic of Safety Curtain Monthly. In this round, teams, I shall present you each with a selection of genuine internet reviews, and your job is to correctly identify to what the review is referring. So, Tim, you can start. What is being reviewed here? They fly well until the feathers start dropping off.
Birds.
It was actually a review of goose feather shuttlecocks. Miles, this one's for you. Fast and accurate, but the result was a huge disappointment.
Is it a DIY paternity test?
You are actually right. It was a first response early result pregnancy test. Amazon, you actually got it right. Pippa, how about this? What is being reviewed here? Nicely made, but yet to see any interest from our stripy friends.
The new wing at Wandsworth.
In fact, it was an urban solitary bee house, again on Amazon. One for you, Stephen. What is this a review of? Not as arousing as the title would have you believe.
Is that Baden-Powell's Scouting for Boys?
In fact, the answer is the Big Book of Lesbian Horse Stories. Okay, Tim, how about this? What's being reviewed here? It leaks and led to a very unhappy mum.
A budget condom.
It's actually for a breast pump. Miles, how about this one? Great till the air runs out.
Grandparents?
It was inflatable sun lounger on Amazon. How about this one, Pippa? The look on people's faces when they come out of the loo is priceless.
Portaloo relocation service.
In fact, it was for non-tearing novelty toilet roll. Get on Amazon. How about this, Stephen? Disappointingly one-dimensional, but did come very quickly.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. We'll try again later.
It was a Boris Johnson cardboard mask. Well, look, here are one or two for any of you to have a go at. Comes with complimentary blindfold.
Top Gear DVD.
It's actually a faux foxtail butt plug. Not to be recommended. All right, what about this one? A good laugh during sex.
Penis wigs.
The answer was actually glow-in-the-dark condoms. Another reviewer writes, spot on for our Chernobyl role-play evening. How about this one? What's this a review for? Overpriced and underwhelming. They're mostly has-beens.
I'm sorry, I haven't a clue.
In fact, it was a review of Madame Tussauds, as a TripAdvisor review. And this one, very effective. In 2 years, only one has managed to escape.
My anti-fart pants.
Well, you say that, Tim, but I'm sitting here. It was actually a review for Spider Catcher. And finally, does the job looks like a turd?
Anything from Ginsters? Actually, specifically the breakfast roll.
In fact, it's a review for a plastic turd. Another Amazon reviewer writes, item arrived loose in an envelope, so at first I thought it was a sick joke, until I remembered ordering it for the centrepiece of my wife's birthday cake. It's very nearly the end of the show, but there is just time to fit in a quick round entitled Funeral or Bedroom. Unorthodox funeral services are increasingly common these days, the most popular option being to have your ashes sent up in a rocket. And my next door neighbour did exactly this for his old dad and says if you're thinking of doing the same, there's actually very little local authority red tape involved. Just make sure you have an empty milk bottle handy and that he dies before bonfire night. Well, in this round, teams, I'd like you to come up with examples of phrases likely to be overheard both at a funeral and also in the bedroom. Maybe you should start, Miles.
Thank you, Vicar. That was wonderful.
Tim.
Do you think you should be videoing this?
Pippa.
Well, that was upsetting.
Stephen.
I'm sorry, I know I wasn't invited.
Will there be sandwiches after?
Too soon, too soon.
Well, he lasted longer than we thought he would.
He touched all of us in so many different ways.
Your dad's probably looking down on us right now.
So good of you to come.
Your brother would have enjoyed this.
4 men from the regiment are going to shoot over him as he goes down.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the terrible toupee of time is adjusted by the Michael Fabricant of fate before slipping from the polished pate of posterity, I notice it's the end of the show. So from the teams, Sven, myself and our audience here in Shrewsbury, it's goodbye. Goodbye.
Tim Brooke-Taylor, Miles Jupp, Pippa Evans and Stephen Fry were being given silly things to do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultants were Ian Pattinson and Fraser Steele, and the producer was John Naismith.